All right, guys. So, crazy weekend. A lot of good football going on. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about Manchester City just to start out the whole video. But yeah, a tie with Newcastle in what they call the Oil Cup, apparently. And the question is Manchester City, after the Rodri injury, finished? In my opinion, no. I don't think they're done at all. I think that still, in my eyes, they are one of the favorites to win it all. And I mean win the Champions League, I mean win the Premier League. Like, we look at the standings right now, like what? They're only number 2 and they're 1 point behind Liverpool. So that game's going to be interesting. So no, Manchester City in my opinion is not finished. Although it just shows that Rodri, people debate whether he should ever win a Ballon d'Or or not. It's hard to do it in his position, but it just comes to show you because when Bellingham was out, Madrid was fine. Now, when Rodri's out, Manchester City is starting to show his struggles. But they're not finished. They're still my favorite to go all.
Guy watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walking down the whole time, I know he got some him. Pull on him, extort.
So the next thing I wanted to talk about was Bayern Munich against Bayer Leverkusen, and I'm left asking one question from this match because I was a little disappointed. Where was Florian Wirtz? Like, in my opinion, this guy was the most underrated player in the world. Like, I was gonna put him as probably the best number 10 in the world. Like, Real Madrid wants him in 2025, but what happened? Like, he did not have a good game in my opinion. He just didn't. Like, in my opinion, the big players and your most important players, they need to step up when it's the most important moments. And Bayer Leverkusen just got, like, it should not have been a 1-1 game. It should have been Bayern Munich winning by lots of goals. And Bayern Leverkusen, in my opinion, and I'm probably even pronouncing the name wrong, I'll admit to that, they're just not, like, I've learned they're not really the elite team that I thought they were. And I've learned that Florian Wirtz is probably not the player I hailed him to be. Like, in my opinion, I was arguing this guy is better than Jude Bellingham. And I still, like, I'll get to that in a moment, but this past game did not make it look like that. Like, in my opinion, I would put Wirtz above Bellingham as a number 10, but this past game against Bayern Munich, like, what in the world happened is what I'm left asking. Bayern Leverkusen was lucky to get out with a draw. But most importantly, where was Florian Wirtz? Like, this is a disgrace in my.
Happened. And to all those affected, I want to say, we are deeply sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry. Sorry. We're sorry. I'm deeply.
So next up, we have Atletico Madrid against Real Madrid. Like, even if you're an Atletico fan, let's be honest, they did not play well today. Like, the whole game, they were just sitting back. They were just parking the bus the whole game. And we're not even going to talk as much about the unruly behavior of their fans because their fan base is a conversation for another video that I actually want to post in the future. But, like, what the heck? Atletico, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? Like, when you're behind and you've had a somewhat lackluster start to the season, your signing with Julian Alvarez has not worked out. You need to go on the offensive. And I mean, yeah, they had a great 95th minute goal, but come on now. And even Real Madrid, like, they have underperformed this season in a big way. Like, I'm just curious to see what's going on with Jude Bellingham, by the way. Like, Mbappe was out today. This man should have had a bigger impact. And now that's the main thing I want to talk about. Like, with Mbappe being out with an injury, you can't really scapegoat him as much as you would like to. Like, you can't just say, oh, it's all Mbappe's fault because, hey, Madrid fans, you want to throw Mbappe under the bus, but you want to hail Jude Bellingham as perfect. Where was he today? Like, I'm just asking you, where has he been all season? He hasn't scored a goal yet. He has not had the impact. Like, in my opinion, he is a one season wonder. Like, he's somebody who stepped up last season, and I owe a lot of that to Tony Cruz. Like, I think Tony Cruz had a big impact on Bellingham's performance last season, and Real Madrid this season is missing Tony Cruz, and it's showing. It is really showing because without him, they're just not the same team. And I really do believe, like, despite this past like result, like, and I'm gonna get to that in a few, but this is not Real Madrid's year. It just isn't. People are gonna try to scapegoat Mbappe, but look, even without Mbappe, they're tying against Atletico. Let's be real. Now we get to Barcelona versus Osasuna. Crazy game. And I just found this thread over here on Reddit a little bit interesting. And it seems like what's happening is like everybody is piling on Ferran Torres or Ferran. People are just piling on that guy. But what I realize about the way Barcelona plays is that they play that aggressive high press, where it's like they try to win the ball back and it's this aggressive high press. The center backs are getting involved way more up the field than usual, and what that gives you is like a lot of holes in the back, and it showed in like the very first goal. The defense did not get there on time. I mean, Hansi Flick is gonna have to figure this out, but Barcelona's been on like the downswing, like whether it's that game against Monaco in the Champions League, and whether it's that game against recently against Osasuna. But yeah, even this person here is like, yeah, can't blame them. They have a lot of injuries. But yeah, it's crazy. But I'm still sold on the idea that Barcelona is more likely than not gonna win the La Liga because Real Madrid is just playing like garbage. Like, Real Madrid is garbage this year, in my opinion. Like, they're not gonna go that far in the Champions League. Like, really, it's I still think Barcelona's gonna win. Like, they are still the clear-cut favorites in my eyes because Atletico's playing like garbage and Real Madrid is it's a train wreck in my opinion. I predicted it on like one of my videos where I'm like they're gonna collapse. I believe that like they're not playing like a top tier team, and a lot of Madrid fans are gonna learn that Jude Bellingham was a one season wonder, and yeah, that's that. So it's gonna be Barcelona's league to lose still, in my opinion, but they need to fix their defensive problems.
You're fired. 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 You're fired.
So let's talk Manchester United and Tottenham today, because when I saw the game, all that came to my mind was Manchester United cannot hold possession for anything. But more than the game, while we can talk about Bruno Fernandes and his red card, I want to talk about the fact that Erik ten Hag has been a beneficiary of the time that he came in at Manchester United. Because if Jose Mourinho or OGS were given the same leeway that Ten Hag has been given, United would probably be in the Champions League right now because Ineos has taken over, so at least the player side. But Ineos is serious about getting Manchester United good. And Mourinho and OGS came in when Ineos wasn't around. But at this point, it is so obvious that this guy needs to freaking go. Like, Erik ten Hag does not belong at Manchester United anymore. Like, I don't know who they have to replace him with. Yeah, give me Roy Keane. Give me Roy Keane over Erik ten Hag. Even Roy Keane. Give me him. Like, anyone. And I mean, yeah, sure, people might have their opinion. Like, whatever they need to do, but get rid of Eric Ten Hag at this point. Like, this guy, he's been given more leeway than probably any other coach after Fergie. Like, this guy, the leeway he's been given, and he's like so delusional. Like, he needs to be out of there as of last year, even. Like, he does not need to be given any more chances. Like, this week, they need to sack him. Like, why keep him around at this point? Like, it is baffling how this idiot has, in my opinion, I'll even say it. You know, people want to blame the Glazers, and I agree with you. The Glazers have drawn, like they've taken Manchester United way downhill, but this Eric Ten Hag has single-handedly destroyed Manchester United. Disagree with me all you want. Get this guy out of here.